Boot it up, don't crash today. Wi-Fi's moody, that's okay. Coffee's loading, brain's still light. Callie's locked in, Techie's tagged. We're logging in with Callie and Techie. Callie bringing culture. Techie talks Techie. Stories, culture, updates too. It's logging in, brought to you. System ready, slightly unstable. You're logging in for a vault, boredom not found. You're logging in, best show around.
Okay, logging in, another episode. Sorry we weren't able to get the episode out for last week because I've been just dealing with every complication you can imagine on Earth because the universe decided to make it that way. Oh, Callie,
Yeah, sometimes it's like that.
yeah, you there? You there?
I am here. I am definitely logged in, and as
Yeah.
plugged in and as logged in as we attempt to be, sometimes it just doesn't work out.
No,
Things
no.
happen. So
In this case, like I'm gonna need your help
lots of
logging
things
me
happen,
in.
huh?
I mean, the only thing
Yeah.
I'm aware of is like Eurovision, and I don't even know if you know anything about Eurovision. So that's pretty much how far I am
No,
right now.
I don't know. I don't know the latest with Eurovision.
Okay, so
I've been on the other side of the news.
yeah, so Eurovision, it's a contest that takes place in Europe with European countries, and yet somehow Australia is included. I don't know how that's part of Europe, but it is. And so anyway,
Mm.
essentially what's interesting is that last year Israel did really well. They got second place. And this year Israel did really well and they got second place. And apparently everybody
Oh,
seems to
okay.
be very upset because the jury, which is the expert jury, always goes and gives Israel really poor ratings. And then the general public goes and it's like, no, the
Oh.
song's actually really good. And the whole thing's supposed to be united by music. So it's not even supposed to be political. And so essentially,
Mm.
yeah, so for 2 times in a row now, Israel has gotten second place in Eurovision, and they're probably from what I hear, they're very glad they didn't get first place because then they would have had to host, and with all the trouble that's happening in the country right now, probably not a good time to host Eurovision next year. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't hear about that. Interesting.
Oh yeah. But the funniest part is that the one of the artists that actually supported the Israeli artist and was okay with it ended up winning the whole thing, which is just yeah. So it's like it was
Wow.
Bulgaria was in first place and Israel was in second place. And what was really interesting about the entry from Bulgaria was, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, that it's Bulgaria. But what's really interesting is that essentially the original music video that they came out with, everybody thought was awful, and they thought there was absolutely no chance. And yet they happened to hire a very, very important choreographer in the industry of Eurovision, or at least in the dancing world. And so as a result, they were able to take what was a mess of a song and actually make it something that's award-winning.
Wow.
Which goes to show you that live stage presentations can take something really messy.
Makes the difference.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of messy...
Well, the same thing applies to...
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Same thing applies to...
I was just going to say the same thing applies to music videos. I mean, I don't know how many times. I mean, they still do videos like on stream and I guess on television. I don't know, but I know they do them on stream though, like Vivo and YouTube, of course. But uh, uh, the same things. Like I could sort of like a song, then you see the video and it's like, whoa. Okay, I really like the song now because something about the visual effect that hits a different emotion and a different type of I don't know, a different side of the brain. I have no idea, but the visual makes it so much more appealing. The song, actually, and so then you're listening to the song, and then you're listening to it now with the after effects of having seen the video, and so now it makes a difference.
Well, it's really amusing because people are saying that there's a 4-phase step to the winning song, where essentially the first time you hear it and see the music video, you're immediately saying to yourself of, this is awful, this will never win, this is a waste of time, how could they even do this? And then you go and you see the first live performance and you're like, wait a second, this is interesting. And then the third time you start like finding yourself humming the song. And then the fourth phase is when you're in full on dance mode and you are fully into it. Like that song comes on and you're going nuts and jumping. And they said that is the evolution of exactly what happened with this particular artist. Is that those 4 phases.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yep, they had to put a visual on it, and that's what got it. Well,
they had to perform it live.
Whatever brings it full circle.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever brings it full circle, and whatever it brought in that win.
Exactly.
It brought in the win.
So speaking of messes, let's keep the show rolling so that people have things going on. So it's like I'm with everybody else. Tell me what's going on in the news, because I've got no computer in front of me. I've got nothing in front of me. You're running things.
Well, I don't know. Some people may consider this a mess, some people not, but let's see. So the U.S. Postal Service quietly proposed a rule change that could make mailing handguns legal for the first time in decades. And people on both sides of the gun debate immediately immediately had something to say about it. Right now, federal law blocks handguns from being shipped through the mail unless it's between licensed dealers and government agencies. But under this proposed rule, regular gun owners could potentially mail handguns within the same state without going through a dealer. This change came after the Department of Justice argued that the current ban may violate the Second Amendment. Interesting. If approved, the Postal Service would actually become the most flexible shipping option for firearms in the country. That's because companies like FedEx and UPS already restrict gun shipments to licensed dealers only, while DHL doesn't allow firearms at all. Now, critics, though, they said the proposal could create new loopholes around background checks and make stolen firearms harder to trace if packages go missing. Okay, yeah. Supporters argued it simply gives lawful gun owners the same shipping freedoms already allowed for rifles and shotguns. This rule would still require tracking numbers, signatures, and unmarked packaging, but opponents said porch thefts, and delivery mistakes already happen enough without handguns entering the mix. Okay, so this debate isn't just about guns. It's whether your mail carrier accidentally becomes part of the firearm supply chain. That's terrible.
Who wrote this movie
That's
script?
Terrible.
Who wrote it? Who wrote it? And can we go in and like give them some notes, because I don't think the movie's going to sell very well, because it's just not too believable. What?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I literally just got my neighbor's package twice from the same company over the last 2 days. And she comes, she's like, "Hi, it's me again. My package got delivered. Yeah, I have it right here." But everybody, they don't get packages and, try to get them to the rightful owner. Some people are like, "Man, whatever, it got lost. I'm not trying to find whoever it belongs to." They opened the package and there you go. I had 2 vacuum cleaners that I ordered and they got delivered to somebody's house, but it wasn't to mine's.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, these things happen and you get these things in the wrong hand, or like they said, porch pirates. Oh my gosh.
No, I mean they were already upset
Imagine
at
a
the idea
porch
of
pirate.
people 3D printing these guns and sending the various parts in the mail, which they couldn't even trace anyway. But like this just takes it to
Yeah.
a whole nother level.
This is
Send,
crazy. I mean, imagine a porch pirate, right? Taking a package and
yeah,
then finding out it's a handgun. They're just going to use it on their next escapade. Like,
yeah.
oh, I got a handgun.
You
Already,
can
they
send
probably
you
already
can
got
send
the
a knife in the
bullets.
mail though, right?
I don't know.
I think you can.
I've never ordered. I don't know.
I mean, I've ordered silverware before. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
well,
I've
yeah,
received.
but I mean, you know,
I've received
hunting
kitchen,
knives and stuff.
no,
Maybe.
well, I didn't say hunting knives. I've said I've received kitchen knives.
Like a butter knife. Yeah,
Yeah.
kitchen knives. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I've received sharp
handguns
knives.
in this day and age.
No, but I'm saying that's as
I don't
dangerous as
know.
anything else or whatever. Being able to go in to chop with
Yeah.
that because it's like I've ordered and I've received knives in the mail. It's
Yeah, but I think the issue is we hear about more gun violence than we do stabbings.
No, I get it. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm not lessening, I'm not lessening the danger. It's just that, whoa, you get in the wrong hands, children, teenagers, whatever, like it's just,
it's a problem.
I don't know. And then
It sounds
trying
like a
to
problem.
track them. Oh my gosh.
Okay, next
Yeah.
story. Let's move on.
Next story. Let's.
Yeah.
I don't think I like that one. Coming through the U.S. Postal Service, I don't know if I like that one. I don't know. But, the U.K., though, is creating a smoke-free generation. The United Kingdom moved one step closer to something that honestly sounds futuristic, banning an entire generation from ever legally buying cigarettes. Under a new law expected to take effect soon, anyone born in 2009 or later would never be allowed to purchase tobacco products, even once they become adults. So basically, if you turned 18 this year in the UK, you might be a part of the last legal cigarette buying generation. British lawmakers said the goal is to create a smoke-free generation by slowly phasing tobacco out over time instead of banning it all at once. The law also cracks down on vaping.
Questions. Okay.
Yeah.
At some point or whatever, there's going to be a case where the only ones left with this particular law are going to be people in their like 80s and 90s. So essentially, once you've got like the last person that's maybe like 110 or something like that, and if they're actually into smoking, does that mean that they are going to be like everyone's going to be catering to their smoking? Like, how does that even work? It's like, only John Sampson of Smithfield is allowed to engage in cigarettes.
Look, because what year was he born? Because of the year he was born in and his current age. I mean, and then it says the officials, they're calling it one of the biggest public health interventions in decades, arguing it could reduce long-term disease, healthcare costs, and addiction rates.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then critics, though, they question whether the generational bans actually will work or whether it's just simply pushing products underground. But the UK seems committed to the idea.
Of course it's pushing underground. We all know that. That was the first thing that was going through my head is like whoever that 110-year-old is going to be making a big profit because they're going to be like saying, wait a second, this guy is going and buying 120 packs a day. Legally.
Lordy me. Yeah. Yep.
And then there's an investigation of like, are you actually smoking 120 packs a day? And he's like, I don't care. I'm about to die anyway, so...
Right. And then I have the legal right to buy them, and only me. Only me.
I'm the only one that has legal right to buy them. Because that's
start making a little profit on the side and trying to sell them to people. You know that's on.
That's
I don't know.
Okay, let's move on to the next thing then.
Yeah, talking about social media. Okay, so social media may be making adults lonelier. A new study suggested that social media According to a new study suggesting that social media may not be helping adult friendships nearly as much as people think. And in some cases, it might actually be making loneliness worse.
Hmm.
Researchers surveyed more than 1,500 adults between ages 30 and 70 and found that people with more online only connections, meaning people that never actually met in person, reported feeling lonelier overall. And surprisingly, even staying connected to close friends online didn't necessarily reduce loneliness either. Researchers said digital interaction just doesn't seem to replace face to face connections the same way people hoped that it would. Um, One public health professor compared social media friendships to eating apple flavored cereal instead of the real apple. Oh,
Interesting.
it may fill the space temporarily, but it's not giving you the full thing your brain actually needs. Interesting. It says the timing matters because loneliness has already been labeled a public health issue in the US, with studies linking chronic social isolation to anxiety, depression, and even physical health risks. They just say that it's not a real world interaction, which seems to still matter most.
Right.
So, we can see people get engaged, we can see them go on vacation, we can see them go out to dinner, but that's not giving the fulfillment of an actual connection. You know what
Right.
I mean? And they're saying things like that can actually lead to a person feeling more isolated and lonely. That's interesting because the whole purpose of social media, or if we talk about the whole purpose of social media, if we talk about Facebook or whatever when it first came out,
Yeah.
and I guess these other platforms can be included as well, it was for the purpose of connection. It was for the purpose of people moving on with their lives, adulting, moving out, moving away, whatever, but we can still be connected. But it's actually having the opposite effect.
So let's even take the definition of what a Facebook was at the time, because people don't even realize it. But a Facebook was the method that in university or in college you would be able to know what everybody else's face looked like in the freshman class. So that way then you could identify who's on campus and figure out who you wanted to dorm up with. Like that was the whole idea.
No, I knew that I thought it was for when the college, when the students kind of like graduated and before they went on their own way. Oh, so it wasn't for that, to keep the connection going. Oh,
well, no,
wow.
it's
Okay.
that you just graduated from high school. You're going to this whole brand new thing. You know nobody. It's like a phone book.
Yeah. Say that again. Your reception went out.
I said it's like a phone book. Can you
Like
hear me?
a phone book?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting.
Do you understand?
I didn't know that.
Well, because again, nobody ever talks about that. So essentially, that's the one thing to understand, is that the original Facebook, like, which is a non-digital, it's an actual book. That's the thing.
Right. Like, I consider Facebook, for me, is really like just like a photo album. Like if I want to upload something, I'm just uploading it to my digital photo album. I'm not even like fully interacting with anybody on Facebook. I just look at it as my own little personal photo album, and whatever I want to upload and post is whatever I want to upload and post. But I don't even really spend time interacting like that. If I go on, it might be a birthday wish, or somebody may send me a link and say, hey, check out this story. And if I'm on and I see something when I go on, I interact. But that's it. I'm never scrolling up and down the timeline and let me see what this. I don't even do that. I get on and get off. It's very
so here. Let me make this. Let me make this really clear. The original Facebooks were a book that contained people's faces, along with student names, photos, basic biographical details, and it would help them get to understand their classmates and navigate campus. And it would typically be given to them during orientation.
Wow. Totally didn't know that.
Right. So
Totally didn't know
so
that.
that's why all the college kids, when they saw this digital version of a Facebook that was a Facebook not just for your campus, but for other campuses as well, people got
Mm-hmm.
it because they knew what a Facebook was. I don't think they give out Facebooks anymore on college campuses. I don't know. I don't know what universities do, but that's what they did
Yeah.
because it was the only way for
Interesting.
connection to take place between everybody. If that makes
Huh.
any sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're further saying that this explains then why some group chats have been active for like 8 years and nobody has actually even hung out. Everybody's just, just chatting in the group chat. So I guess the physical face to face, I would imagine, yeah, it does make a difference. I know somebody that said that, they have a friend that lives like up the street and around the corner, and they have movie night like online, like, and it's like, no, I'm gonna come over to your house and sit on the couch and we
Right.
actually watch the movie. Like, we need to get back to that,
Right.
so
Yeah. No,
it's
definitely.
interesting.
Definitely. All right, let's go with another story then, if you have one.
Yeah, let's look at this last one about Americans.
You're already laughing. Which
Americans, more. Well, it's just that more Americans are considering leaving the U.S. We've heard this before.
We've heard this before.
But
we know this.
It's coming up again. I guess it's increasing. The number is increasing. So it says a growing number of Americans are seriously considering leaving the country, and some reports say the trend may be reaching levels not seen in generations.
Right.
According to migration analysts and polling data, more U.S. residents have been relocating abroad due to rising living costs, political division, remote work opportunities, and just plain frustration over affordability. That's probably why it's coming up again. Living costs, political division, and the frustration over affordability.
Right. Nobody sees any reason to stay around anymore. They're like, that's it. We're done. We can't take it.
Yeah.
It's
they're trying to get their citizenship in other countries.
Yep.
Get land over there, get a place over there, live there 3 years, you become a citizen.
Right.
One poll found that nearly 1 in 5 Americans said they'd like to live permanently overseas, roughly double the number from a decade ago.
There you go.
Okay. Countries are offering digital nomad visas and foreign residency programs. They made the transition easier for remote workers, retirees, and families looking to lower costs. A lot of people cannot afford to retire in the U.S., especially depending on where you live. I know a lot of people that worked for, major corporations for 30 plus years. And when they retired, they said, I'm not retiring in California. Oh, absolutely not. You're gonna eat up all of my retirement. I'm out of here.
Yeah. No, I'm
and
just
that's
gonna end this.
understandable.
I'm gonna just end this segment with like something, because FIFA's having their whole like World Cup, at least in our area. And the funny thing is, it's like you're seeing on the local news, everybody's so frustrated because they're trying to do events and they're trying to figure out ways to go into interact with the World Cup, but the World Cup just won't let them. And then you've got all these problems that are happening because the infrastructure is not really there. And then you have international people threatening to go into walk everywhere, but the areas that these events are happening in the U.S. aren't even walkable. And as a result, you've got this whole trending thing with the world basically calling the U.S. a third world country. And saying, why is the World Cup being in a third world country? This is crazy. They should never use third world countries again.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I have seen, references and things, of people referring to the U.S. saying it's becoming a third world country, but more and more, it's seeming like it. It's seeming so.
It's demonstrating, that like you're about to host the World Cup, you're not able to put it on properly. Everyone's saying you're a third world country.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
That I don't want to say, I don't know if embarrassing is the right word. Secondhand, I don't know, but What's the word that I want to use? Dang it, what is the word that I want to use?
I have no
It's
idea.
not a good word. Discouraging. It's discouraging.
Well,
When I
it
think about the
shows you
future,
it shows you
like,
exactly with that story that you mentioned. It goes right with that. That's why everybody's looking at the idea of moving, because if US is becoming a third world country, why would you want to be here? You want to get out before that becomes a problem.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We'll probably be hearing more about this, as if as the world turns and things continue on. If they continue on, won't be surprised if the numbers continue to increase.
Yeah.
Yep, they said right
Meanwhile,
now,
the stock market's going up and
it's
everything is going
Mexico
up. That's what I'm saying.
stock market, and what else is
I just the
going up?
economy for those people who are in the wealthy segment, it's just going up for them, so they don't
Oh
see
yeah,
this.
oh yeah, oh no. No. And experts said that people leaving aren't just wealthy travelers or retirees. More middle class Americans are exploring options abroad, like in places like Mexico, Portugal, and parts of Southeast Asia.
Exactly.
Well,
All right. Let's
yeah,
end it on
yeah.
that really positive note.
Yeah,
that's so bad.
yeah. Let's end it right there. Yeah,
right.
yeah. So
right.
people are leaving. People are more lonely. Smoking, a smoke-free generation, and
Yep.
handguns being shipped through the mail. All right.
Perfect. All right. Logging out. See you next week.
Logging out. See you next week. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Boot it up, don't crash today. Wi-Fi's moody, that's okay. Coffee's loading, brain still lagged. Kali's logged in, Techie's tagged. We're logging in with Kali and Techie. Kali bringing culture, Techie talks, Techie stories, culture updates too. It's logging in, brought to you. System ready, slightly unstable. You're logging in 404, boredom not found. You're logging in, best show around. Oh, boot it up, don't crash today. Wi-Fi's moody, that's okay. Coffee's loading, brain still lagged. Kelly's logged in, Techie's tagged. We're logging in with Kali and Techie. Kali bringing culture, Techie talks, Techie stories, culture updates too. It's logging in, brought to you. System ready, slightly unstable. You're logging in 404, boredom not